Welcome to Seniors in Action. It's good to be with you again today. We're talking about hospice care. I'm Michael Scott. I'm your host for Seniors in Action, where we watch videos and produce videos of interest to senior citizens. So today we're going to learn a little bit more about hospice care and what is it, who qualifies for it, who pays for it, things like that. So let's go on. Before we go on, I do have to mention that we do work with affiliates, and if you actually push on a link in the comment section of this video or any other of our videos and go out and buy something, we receive a commission. And that slide is actually going to be at the end of this particular video, but that is a requirement that we mention that. So let's talk about what hospice care is. This is right out of the medical dictionary, and basically, if you don't want to read this whole thing, hospice care is care for people that are dying, basically. And it focuses on their comfort and supporting them in any way that they can, but it does not focus on curing them. And so it's basically care that makes them comfortable and keeps them comfortable and provides other types of support as well, but does not focus on any curative processes. So with that, let's look at who qualifies for hospice care. And this is going to be up to your doctor. I mean, if your doctor believes that you or your loved one has 6 months or less to live, they can actually be placed in hospice care. And so the decision is the doctor's. Sometimes the doctors will suggest it. If the doctor doesn't suggest it and you're looking at a very short time frame, you might bring it up to the doctor, because he's the one that's got to recommend hospice care so that your loved one can be placed in hospice care. All right, where can it be provided? It's usually provided in your home, and so people come into your home. I know with the situation with my identical twin brother, he had cancer when he was 43 years old and passed away. But they had hospice nurses coming to his home trying to keep him comfortable in the home. It can also take place in a nursing home. It can take place in an actual independent hospice care facility and in a hospital. And I have actually seen a hospice care facility and been in that with a friend in there. And this one was wonderful. I mean, it was built very nicely. It was like built like a home, basically, inside with living room and sofas and bedrooms, and a very open concept. Very nice. So these things can range in price. The problem with them is that the room and board there isn't paid by Medicare, and so most people will have their hospice care paid at home. So let's go on and look at how hospice care differs a little bit from palliative care. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right, because I just found out what it was the other day. But hospice care, again, focuses on comfort and quality of life for what you got remaining, and not a curative process, where palliative care focuses on comfort, quality of life, but they're also trying to still come up with a cure for you. And so that's where the two differ. Both have team approaches, but one is still looking for a cure, and the other one is not. So what does hospice care provide? Comfort care. Inpatient care is needed. Respite care, if your caregivers need to get out of the house for a while, somebody will come in and watch you or your loved one while they take a break. When you go into hospice care, the hospice care people are in charge of coordinating your overall care, and so they take care of a lot of things. They take care of spiritual care if you need your minister to come in, or something like that. Bereavement care, they meet with the family. psychological care, and family support. They have family meetings if need be, and if that's what the family wants. So a lot of, when I say it's a team approach, they have a lot of different people that may come in and provide different types of care other than just, giving you medication and taking care of your physical needs. Now, there are some things that it doesn't cover, and that is this is not a curative process, and you need to be aware of that, because they're not going to cover anything that tries to help cure you. This is hospice care, and they are not going to give you any prescriptions that help cure you. They will give you prescriptions that make you comfortable. They will give you prescriptions that may try to slow down the disease that you have, but nothing curative. So room and board in a hospice facility is not covered, or in a nursing home. All right. Could be covered under some other care, but not part of insurance, but not under the hospice care plan. Emergency room service is not covered unless it's ordered by your hospice care nurses or professionals, or it's for a treatment that is it's for a condition that is for something else other than what you're dying from. So there are things, almost anything that's a curative type process is not covered by hospice care. And like I say, it may be covered by other parts of insurance, but not hospice care. Now, let me talk just for a few minutes before we stop here, because I want to talk about who pays for this. And if you've got less than 6 months to live and you're on Medicare, and the doctor orders that you go into hospice care, or recommends it anyway, that's going to be paid for by Medicare. Now, we just talked about a few things that wouldn't be paid for, but for the most part, hospice care, anything dealing with hospice care and keeping you comfortable and keeping your quality of life up, is going to be paid by Medicare. If you're too young to have Medicare, well, then you need to check with your insurance coverage and see if it covers hospice care, because if it doesn't, you're probably not likely to be placed into hospice care. So that's a real downside, because I'm sure this stuff, especially, can be very expensive. So you need to look into that anyway if you're not covered by Medicare, and make sure that your insurance covers it, or you've got the money to actually pay for it. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. That's it. There's not a lot that we can tell you about hospice care, just that there is a, it's, if you're going to die in the next 6 months, you're eligible for it. If you need more information, the American Hospice Association is out there, and they've got a lot of information, and there are other outlets on the internet too to find more information. But for the most part, I mean, this is what you're looking at. And haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, and like I say, I appreciate you for listening.